Dear Sir or Madam, are you tired of those boring YouTube videos where a guy just looks at a camera? He's usually white and bald, and he just bores you with his rambling. And it puts you to sleep, and your snoring incommodes the passersby. Sure, we all do. And today, have I got a deal for you? Email day. It's an email day. It's an email day. And I've got some emails to read. Okay, number one email today. Dear Jeff, Joe, and Edward, thank you for a wonderful Good Friday service. The music was wonderful, simple, with only 3 instruments, but beautiful nonetheless. This was awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you, and definitely thank you to the musicians in our church who work so hard and give of their time and their talents to lead us in corporate worship. And Good Friday was really fun. I like the Good Friday services, especially because they're low maintenance and high impact, which is always my goal with services. Let's see. Email number dos. Hey, Jeff, just want to give you an encouraging word. And you might be thinking, did you do this again, Jeff, where you just pulled emails where people said nice things about you? And I would say, how dare you accuse me of such absolutely true things? Just give you an encouraging word. Just wanted to say thanks for an encouraging video this week. Thank you for telling our kids on Wednesday that our identity on the inside comes from God and that our identity is not based on our outward behavior. Boy, what a refreshing truth for them to hear. I think it's a refreshing truth for all of us to hear. Behavior and identity are not the same thing. Our identity comes from God, and we are what He says we are. I love that song that we sing, I am who you say I am. And that is really definitely key about our identity. And then we don't always behave in accordance with that, but our identity comes from God, not from our choices and our behavior. Good morning, Pastor Jeff. I appreciated your Sunday service yesterday. My wife and I visited your church for the first time and are looking for a possible new home to worship. We are searching now since churches are starting to open again. We've been worshiping online at several churches for the past year, but we missed the fellowship. We do plan on coming again next Sunday, and we pray the Lord continues to bless your ministry. Thanks for the welcome we received. Thank you for coming and for being a part of what we do, and thank you who are a part of Grace Church that go out of your way to welcome new faces. That is something we all need to take seriously, that we don't just hang out with our friends on a Sunday, even though it's good to see them, but that we have our new people radar on so that we can make those people feel welcome and connected. Email, here we go. Lisa Pini has invited you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. Oh, that's not for you. Okay. Pastor Jeff, I want to tell you what a blessing it was to enjoy your follow-up message with the mountains as a backdrop. Not sure if anyone else felt the same, but I was really dialed in and less distracted. I doubt you'll be able to have this kind of follow-up on a regular basis, but I honestly believe that while it was no doubt good for you, it was good for us to share that environment with you. If I could do every video update up in the mountains with mountains as a backdrop, trust me, I would. And if it's distracting to watch me in this format, I totally understand. I'm distracted and I'm recording them. So, here we go. Here's an important one. Email. Hi, Jeff. Thanks for Sunday. I attended the small group info session last month, just wondering how the plans are coming or what the direction will be. There just doesn't seem to be a place to plug in yet. This is a good email, and it's an important email because I keep talking small groups, and talk is cheap. We need to actually execute. And my hope here in April is to get the systems in place so we can promote heavy in May. May will be an open enrollment month for small groups. So those of you who are signing up, I'd love to be in a small group. Thank you for your patience. There will be specific details being rolled out in the coming weeks for small groups. If you want to get into one, we are going to have a system. Thanks to the people that came to that meeting who have contributed, and we're going to find our ministry leaders over small groups and equip them to work with the groups and find leaders and get groups started. And that's exciting. Speaking of ministry leaders, this is the last email of the day. Here are some ways and helps that can help give us some principles we can use in putting our one-sheet job descriptions together for ministry team leaders at Grace. What does that mean? Well, this is from one of our elders, actually a potential elder you'll be voting on at our business meeting, April 25th, which is coming up pretty soon. If you remember, 6:30, Sunday night, April 25th. But the question about these one-sheet job descriptions, that's what's coming next in this transition time from old bylaws to new bylaws, old systems to new systems, old wineskins to new wineskins. We need some clear communication of what these roles will look like that haven't existed here before, including, but not limited to, ministry leaders. What does it mean to be a ministry leader? And so we're creating a one-sheet document that will apply to any ministry leader in the church. Here are the expectations. Here's what we need you to do in running your ministry team. And that should be the same across the board. So we're working on that, and that's what that email is for. But a lot of this transitional stuff is what I love to think about, and we're going to start executing it in the coming weeks and months. So thank you for your support and being a part of all of those things. A couple other announcements that are not in email form. Number one, we have some funerals coming up. Saturday is Nancy Springer's memorial service at 10 o'clock. And then on Monday, we're going to be having another memorial service for the mother of Chris Patinella, Sal and Chris's family. And so you can be in prayer for those grieving families, and love to have you at either of those. That one's going to be 1 o'clock on Monday. There is also an update on our youth pastor search. John Gardner will be here. His start date will be July 1st. So he's going to be moving in the month of June. So keep praying for them as they're on their way. The Care Pastor Search Committee is starting to meet next week. And so we should have some information on that moving forward as well. And if you want to help out with meeting new people, there are a couple interest meetings this Sunday for Front Door Ministry Help, and those will be right after the service, and we'll announce that during the service as well. So if you're here on Sunday and you want to be a part of that, we'd love to have you. Now, until next time, I'm Jeff, and you're you, and God is God, and keep sending those emails because they're really fun.